But when we think about those teams who were like those teams that like come up and they have good records, 9 wins, 10 wins, 11 wins, every once in a while, like really good. The biggest thing about them is recruiting and stacking talent and being able to recruit in all areas.
On today's Throwdown Thursday edition of the Odd Coaches Podcast, Dr. Adams and the OCP team of correspondents preview the American Athletic Conference and the top group of 5 schools in advance of the 2022 college football season. Welcome to today's show. The Odd Coaches Podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with me today is my tag team partner, the Andrade El Idolo to my Roosh in AEW, the icon, the showstopper, the main event, and the reason why we are here, Coach Mike Francis. And Coach, I love their entrance when they come in. Roosh has that bull mask, that white bull mask, and Andrade has that like mask, executioner mask. I think they need to be used more, but anyway, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Oh, this is wonderful because we get to preview the American Conference today, as well as the Group of 5. Our correspondents are on different assignments, church and wife and real life. So I'm glad I'm doing this with my partner because he's been on vacation. So it's time to put him to work. My partner's done 3 shows today for the first time in like a month. So this is wonderful. All right. So the American, we're going to talk about teams we care about in the American, as well as the teams we care about in the Group of 5. So no, we're not going to go through the entire American Conference. No, we're going to talk about the teams that actually you'll hear about this year, and let's go ahead and get started. So last year, fans, either you loved it or you hated it. My partner hated it. We had this lovely thing called Project Cincinnati, where we had the Cincinnati Bearcats hanging on the national perimeter all year until they made it to the college football playoff. This year, however, they lost a lot to the NFL. They had what I like to call 5, 10-year talent in Cincinnati. They don't have 5, 10-year talent anymore. And the one game that they have this year to make a national difference is September 3rd against Arkansas. Coach, will we care about Cincinnati this year as we did last year?
I didn't care about them last year. You did. You were Project
CFP.
You were Project Cincinnati. Like I understand but they was fortunate because of the holdbacks with COVID and everything. So it's almost like they were able to combine 2 teams to make the run that they did. But it's over with. We out of COVID.
It's over. Okay.
Yeah, we out of COVID.
All right. Houston. Houston has a shot this year to be that Group of 5 team. I mean, the American or the Group of 5 team. They've got 2 shots to make a difference. September 3rd, they play UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. The Roadrunners had that quiet, good season last year, and I don't know how much they had back, but I remember at the end of last season, I was like, Mike, this UTSA team is doing some stuff, and they might be in one of these minor bowl games, and they also play at Texas Tech. So keep an eye on Houston. Remember, they had the coach that was at West Virginia who left before everybody else did, the Holmgren guy or something like that, Holcomb. So they got a good coach who knows what to do, and then they're going to move back to the Big 12, which is that. I'm keeping an eye on Houston, Mike. I'm serious.
Okay.
UCF. I love them. Shout out to anybody at UCF because they're always kind to me.
I'm down here right now.
Oh, yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
They got 2 shots at it. They play Louisville September 9th, and they play Georgia Tech September 25th. They should win both games.
They should
So as
beat Georgia
long
Tech.
as they don't mess up too bad in conference, they got a shot, man. They got a shot to make some noise. So, that's a little bit about UCF. SMU, shout out to Cliff Warren, who is the assistant coach at SMU now, and not Georgia State. And check out Cliff Warren's Find the Balance Friday interview. But SMU has sneaky on the last few years been on the come up. Teams this year that I think they can, kind of flex a little muscle. September 19th, they're coming to the University of Maryland to play the Terps. And then Saturday, September 24th, they're playing TCU. So those are 2 chances.
What's the date?
Chance.
What's the Maryland schedule again?
September 19th, sir.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and since somebody is moving closer to the campus of the University of Maryland, maybe we can get a ticket or 2.
Call Locks.
See what we got.
Yeah, call Locks and see if you get.
I'll be spitting shoelace away from the University of Maryland. All right, and then East Carolina. That's my sleeper team, not to make big news, but to be bowl eligible. They play. I said bowl eligible. And you know what bowl eligible is? That's
6 and 6. 6 and 6.
So slow down. They got 2 shots to make an impact. September 3rd, they play at NC State, and NC State's supposed to be good. I'm still flabbergasted by that. And then they play October 28th at BYU. Are they fattening up frogs for snakes with that one? So we'll keep an eye out. All right. So, Mike, we're going to move to Conference USA. All right. And Conference USA, last person leaving the conference, please turn the lights off, because for the last year, everybody's been leaving Conference USA. And we followed, as you know, fans, conference expansion. So UAB is supposed to be the best team, Conference USA.
Ain't nobody left.
And on November 19th, they play at LSU. So that's their one chance to really shake it up. UTSA, I like them. They get Houston on September 3rd, and they get Texas on September 17th. And yes, I'm going to pay attention to that game to see if they can pull off an upset.
Because
it's going to happen. I don't like Texas. I like Texas. I don't like Texas football. And the odds of Texas and all that other stuff, and how they treated coaches and stuff. Yeah, I'm mad at stuff like that. All right. So Western Kentucky, they've got 3 shots to have some impact. So pay attention to Western Kentucky. September 3rd, they play at Hawaii. September 17th, they play at Indiana. And November 17th, they play at Auburn. And Auburn better not lose to them. Okay. Speaking of fattening up frogs and snakes, UTEP plays Oklahoma September 3rd in Brett Venables' first game. So I don't know what the over-under is, but might not look good for them. And then Florida Atlantic, they got 2 shots. September 17th, they play UCF, and September 24th, they play at Purdue. So see what happens. Mid-American Conference. These are, again, we're giving you these teams because these are the bowls you don't care about. Northern Illinois. September 17th, they play Vanderbilt, and September 24th, they play Kentucky. So they should beat Vanderbilt. I don't know if they're going to beat Kentucky. Okay, but, they get a chance to play 2 SEC teams. Miami of Ohio. September 3rd, they play at Kentucky. See, Kentucky's fattening up them schedules.
Right? Yes, they are.
They play Cincinnati September 17th, and September 24th, they play Northwestern. So as a coach, look at that September. I would use that for recruiting. I mean, we play good players. We play good teams. We play good. You're going to play UK? Okay. All right. Kent State, who does recruit this area locally, in the DMV,
very well.
have recruited.
Very well.
September 3rd, they play Washington. September 10th, they play Oklahoma. And September 24th, they play at Georgia.
Oh, damn, that's three L's coming out the gate.
They might be able to beat Washington. That's Pac-12 school. Or is my bias showing?
just a little bit, bro.
All right. Bowling Green. They open up at UCLA September 3rd.
Yeah.
And again, don't lose that one, Chip Kelly. And September 24th at Mississippi State. The Pirate will have something for them, I'm sure. And Toledo. They play Ohio State September 17th at Ohio State. Luck. And September 24th, they play at San Diego State University. All right. Two more left fans. The Mountain West Conference. Boise State. They open up September 3rd at Oregon State. They should win. And November 5th, it looks like BYU is coming to Boise. Why are you doing that? Who
BYU? Yeah. Man, that's a good game for BYU. You get out there, you do your thing. Yeah, that's good for them for recruiting. That's great. Because you look back at these, I'm not going to say mid-majors because that's what we talk about in basketball. But when we think about those teams who were like those teams that like come up and they have good records, 9 wins, 10 wins, 11 wins, every once in a while, like really good. The biggest thing about them is recruiting and stacking talent and being able to recruit in all areas. So I think this is a great move for BYU. Continue to get their name out there and grow. I think it'll be that's a smart move.
Okay. Fresno State, September 10th against Oregon State. Oregon State better not be losing to these Mountain West teams, okay? Especially if they're trying to get into a bigger – you can't come out and lose to Boise and Fresno back-to-back. And Fresno State also – it could happen. And Fresno State also gets to go to the Coliseum and play USC. Air Force, September 10th, they play Colorado. Shout out Jake Sharler, who used to cover both teams. And that ought to be a good one. I might put a 10 spot on that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. That's a big game in Colorado. So Utah State plays Alabama September 3rd. Why you do that to them? And then September 29th, they play at BYU. They open up with Alabama. Why is Alabama playing Utah State?
Good question.
But so anyway, San Diego State. Shout out to my aunt Denise, and rest in peace, my uncle Paul, who recently passed. September 3rd, they play Arizona. They can beat them. And September 17th, they play at Utah. Utah's supposed to be good. San Diego State is a team that I'm lobbying for the Pac-12 coach. I think they should be in the Pac-12. They got a good football team. They got a good basketball team. And they're in San Diego. What do you think, man? San Diego State to the Pac-12.
That makes sense.
They got it, man.
It makes sense.
Go get them.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's going to help them with recruiting, too. Definitely will.
And you can trade them for Oregon State. I'm sorry.
Definitely. You ain't lying, though.
All right. And finally, the Sun Belt Conference. We will close with the Sun Belt. Coastal Carolina. They almost snuck in. And they're supposed to be pretty good this year. So I will pay attention to them November 19th when they play at UVA. Remember, UVA has a new coach, the old Clemson offensive coordinator, whose name totally escapes me. But at least I knew he came from Clemson. So we're going to check them out. Appalachian State, September 3rd, they play the University of North Carolina, UNC. Shout out to the entire football squad at UNC because I, and hopefully my partner, once he checks the schedule, will be there when they play FAMU. As they open the season, they're having this big thing with HBCUs there. So I hope my partner can join us. If not, I'm going to be there. Muffin and I we're going to eat your food and sip your wine. So anyway, thank you for that invitation to the football staff at North Carolina. And then on September 10th, they play at Texas A&M. Uh,
Mm.
Jimbo better not lose to no Appalachian State. This ain't no Michigan game.
Yeah, he be
So
out. He'll be out quick.
it'd be out quick.
He'll be out quick.
All right, Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns, November 19th, they play at Florida State University. So that's the one game that
Hmm.
we'll be paying attention to them. I can't lie to you.
Hmm.
Arkansas State, you've got a shot in front of you, folks. September 10th, you are at Ohio State in the Horseshoe. Can you pull off the? Yeah,
Ohio State. Come on, man. Stop.
they gonna kill us.
Stop.
All right, South Alabama,
Stop.
September 17th at UCLA. So, fans, we have done an initial rundown of the American and the Group of Five. In segment 2, we're going to have some structured debate. And in segment 3, we're going to go bowling. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Folarin Campbell said, "Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey." Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast. And in segment 2, we're going to have a structured debate on 3 pressing topics concerning the American Conference and the Group of Five. 1, which American Conference team has the chance to stay in the national conversation the longest? So, Mike, I got 5 American Conference schools. Cincinnati, Houston, UCF, SMU, East Carolina. Who, in your opinion, has the greatest chance to just stay in the conversation, just like Cincinnati did last year?
UCF.
You think UCF has a chance to stay in the conversation the longest?
UCF and East Carolina, those two. Between the two of them, I would think.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati and Houston to stay in the conversation. And the reason why I will pick Cincinnati is because they're preseason top 25. So they have the easiest road. That's the cheating way. And let me see if Houston.
He said that's the cheating way.
Top 25 college football. All right, let's see. I don't know if Houston got any love. So I have the top 25 in front of me. Thank you to the fast loading computer that's not loading fast. Hashtag no budget productions. Yeah, we've got Cincinnati in the top 25.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the heck they did Texas like that. Somebody voted Texas as number 1, gave them a vote for number 1 this year. So we'll talk about that the next go round. But I'm going to go with Cincinnati, and I'm going to go with Houston to just stick around the longest. Kentucky's in there too, the top 25 there. Cincinnati's ranked 22 and Houston's ranked 25. So since they're already in, they can only go up if they're lucky. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But every year we have some strange team that sneaks in. So this should be fun. And again, strictly for entertainment purposes only. So which group of 5 team that we talked about will pull the biggest upset? So one of the reasons why fans, we gave you, their schedules and who they care about and who they're going to play that we care about. So nobody's beating Alabama and Ohio State. Okay, so we'll skip them. So looking at the American Conference, Cincinnati beating Arkansas, would that be considered an upset? Because Arkansas is ranked 23rd and Cincinnati's ranked 22nd. So I can't call that a big win.
No, it's not a big win. They're both in the top 25. I don't think that would be an upset.
Yeah. So East Carolina beating North Carolina State or BYU, I would consider
that's
that
an upset.
Upset.
Yeah, that would be an upset.
Because BYU is not in the top 25.
Mm-hmm.
And NC State's ranked 13th in the preseason. Again,
How?
I don't book it. I did when we did the ACC. I got calls from friends of mine saying you're disrespecting teams, and I'm like, the old joke in college was ACC football.
You disrespecting teams.
So whatever. All right, so moving on. Hey, does UAB have a shot to beat LSU?
Yeah, I got a shot to be.
Okay.
All right, okay. All right. All right.
UTSA beating Texas. That would be a good one. I would like
that. That would be an upset.
I would like that. Would Northern Illinois beating Kentucky be an upset?
Yes, Northern Illinois beating Kentucky. In my you know how I am about Kentucky last year.
Yes.
You know, I was on Kentucky last year, so
Calipari should shut up, man. He's hurting recruiting for football. he's hurting recruiting football. I'm looking at Miami of Ohio, messing up Cincinnati. They could beat Cincy, and then that'll mess up everything, and then I'll never have to talk about them again, and you'll be very happy. So I think you'll be rooting for
Miami of Ohio, right? Yeah, let's go.
All right.
What are they? The what?
When did they play?
No, what's their mascot?
Miami Redbird, if I'm not mistaken. Redbird.
Project Redbird.
Yeah. Okay, on that note, we're going to go to the third and final question. Mike, should the group of 5 break off and have their own league and just play each other and then play other teams in bowl games and not even worry about it? Because the Power Five is always threatening to break off. Well, what if they don't have anybody else to play and a group of 5 say, we good? Because Division I playoffs for the 1AA teams or whatever they call that now, showing my age, they live fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
they all do. They all do, and I think they're getting closer and closer. They're not. I don't think they're fully ready yet. I don't think they have the revenue stream fully solid. I don't think their feet are solid on the ground of a revenue stream, because it's going to take a TV network to break off and promise them a whole lot of money to do this. If you think about it, with every
TV networks are getting booked. If you're looking at the Big Ten deal,
that's what I'm saying.
To the Big Ten,
right? So but that's just Big Ten, So for Power 5, somebody would have to come with a network that would be able to encompass all of these groups, i.e., Amazon. If you hear about it, if you decide to, I got that first. I put it in there first. I would think with Amazon trying to jump in the sports business, maybe Amazon and Bezos, they got the money to pull the Power 5s off and create their own little league, their own conference. So
yeah, and everybody but you got Amazon Prime.
My kids got it. That's all I need. I just need the shipping. That's all I need. Free shipping.
All right, fans. On that note, when we get back, we're going to take a little trip bowling. And now that you know who are the players, you can now appreciate bowl games a little bit better. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
There is an old business adage that says, what gets measured and monitored gets done. It is also fact that deadlines spur action. That is what the CKA Save Project academic monitoring service can do for student athletes. Measure and monitor their academic progress to improve their grades. Our academic monitoring services provide ongoing academic support for student athletes for a designated period of time. Our academic success coaches work with student athletes on time management and organizational skills, along with improving their ability to self-advocate. Every few weeks, our academic success coaches meet with student athletes to assess their academic progress as well as provide ongoing academic advising. If needed, student athletes have access to CKA Learning Specialists who provide virtual core subject academic support for student athletes. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free virtual consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast and the segment theory strictly for entertainment purposes only. We're going to do some postseason predictions. So, Mike, the top-ranked American Athletic Conference champion will be in the mix for the Cotton Bowl if it's the highest-ranked Group of 5 champ. And if that champ is not in the college football playoff. I'm not thinking that champ's going to be in the college football playoff. Okay. So the American Conference Bowl tie-ins and affiliation will mostly be based on geographic location while avoiding repeat appearances because they're not trying to have the same teams in the same bowls because the fans aren't going to come.
Shit's boring. Yeah, it's boring.
Stop that. All right. So like last season, the American Athletic Conference Bowl tie-ins are a bit loose. The ESPN owned and operated bowl games might make a push to move teams to create matchups. So you got the Fenway Bowl against the ACC, the Lockheed Martin Bowl, the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl against Conference USA, the Military Bowl versus the ACC, and my new favorite bowl, the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl against Army. So in terms of the AAC, as we said, fans, it's going to be Cincinnati, Houston, UCF, SMU, and East Carolina in some shape, facet, or form in these different bowls. Okay.
Right.
So good luck to them. Okay. The American will also get a chance to put 4 teams in these bowls, and I don't know the other teams in the American, so we don't have all of our correspondents, and I ain't going back for that. So the PUBG Mobile, New Mexico Bowl versus the Mountain West. The roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
That's too many words, man.
Stop it. The
Orange
Serve
Bowl,
Pro.
Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl. 2 words.
The Serve Pro
God.
First Responder Bowl against the ACC, Big 12, or Pac 12. The Tail Greeter Cure Bowl versus Group 5 or Army. The Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl versus the SEC. Shout out Dr. Elias Tate. The Frisco Bowl, there you go. There's 2 words against the Group of 5 or Army. And the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl versus the ACC, Pac-12, or
If
SEC.
you got more than 3 words in your bowl, I ain't watching that.
So Conference USA doesn't really have a true pecking order. The bowl matchups are based on the best possible matchups. So the Conference USA, no wonder they're leaving. They get the Bahamas Bowl versus.
He said the one that they're leaving.
No way, man. The Bahamas Bowl versus the MAC. The Easy Post Hawaii Bowl versus the Mountain West. The Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl against the AAC. The New Mexico Bowl versus the Mountain West. And the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl versus the Sun Belt. Okay. And then the Group of 5, no matter what, has access to the Cure Bowl, the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, and the Frisco Bowl. That's when they play each other. And that's when you're like, what is this? Who is that? And now you know who they are.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Conference USA also has affiliations to fill in with the Camellia Bowl, the Fenway Bowl, the Lending Tree Bowl, the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl, the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, and my favorite, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Hey, Nima, hook us up Okay, so that's Conference USA. Deadpan look. I love it. Now the MAC doesn't have a true pecking order either, but the MAC can jump in with the Bahamas Bowl, the Camilla Bowl, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, the Linden Tree Bowl, the Barstool Bowl, the Barstool Arizona Bowl, and the Quick Lane Bowl. So you have that as options. Okay. The Mountain West also has access to the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. I always forget the names versus the Pac-12. Fans who are listening to the podcast and not the YouTube, Mike's looking at the screen saying, "Are you blankety blank kidding me?" Okay. The Mountain West Bowl, the Mountain West Conference also has access to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, so you got to keep that in mind. Okay.
Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
Yes, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl versus the Big Ten or the Big 12. Now we end, folks, with the Sun Belt. They have 5 bowl slots available to them. That includes the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl and the Linden Tree Bowl. And they also have access to the Camilla Bowl, the Cure Bowl, the roofclaim.com, Boca Raton Bowl, the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl, and the Myrtle Beach Bowl. And also the famous Idaho Potato Bowl and the New Mexico Bowl. So, Mike, with all of that said, any thoughts on bowling with the Group of 5 conference team? Any bowl in particular you've got your heart set on? I myself like the Fenway Bowl, I think is what it's called.
No, the bowl itself don't make the matchup as the team do. Like, I understand that things surrounding it, but yeah, it just depends on who's playing. I don't have a particular one. I want to know about the championship series. That's all I'm worried about. Honestly, because if you ain't in the championship series, you just holding on.
This is why I won the bowl pool last year, because I paid attention. You were on a bit of a run though in the beginning, though.
Man, I look good getting out the gate. Then my horse got cramp or something. I don't know. I only think I got halfway through the race.
All right, fans. So on next week's show, as we get closer to week 0, which we will make fun of next week, we're going to do HBCUs to start the show off. And then we're going to do national stories in second segment. And then we're going to break down our top 5 and things we're looking for in the college season, and also formally break down strictly for entertainment purposes only, because we are ready to bet. Maryland, you are still slowing our day down, but I'm a little bit closer to Maryland Live, so that will be our unofficial home. We don't know anybody there yet.
You coming up 295, brother. That's all you got to do.
Shucks, man. It's a straight shot from the new home.
Yes,
and
sir.
The new background coming in
yes,
October.
Sir.
We won't even say September. I don't know what the house is going to look like in September. But in October, for our October episode, you're going to see belts and you're going to see all kinds of things. And I got a background, so Kelly can stop making fun of me.
And Bowie is like Bowie halfway between us, right?
Yeah. We got to figure. Sorry, fans, we're negotiating on the air. We got to figure out how we're going to do this and be in person, because it's my money. It's not like Mike can pick whatever he wants because he's on my dollar. We always call Mike talent. Mike's the talent. I do all the stuff in the background, but Mike shows up, has a great show, and then leaves. I love him for that. I love it. So on behalf of my tag team partner, Coach Mike Francis, I don't know where we're going to go watch these games at. I am Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast, and we will see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.